Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another review. This time around, I'm going to be doing a review for Black Mass, which stars Johnny Depp, Joel Edgerton, Benedict Cumberbatch, Dakota Johnson, Kevin Bacon, Peter Sarsgaard, Jesse Plemons, or yeah, Plemons, Rory Cochrane, David Harbour, Adam Scott, Corey Stoll, Julianne Nichols, W. Earl Brown, Bill Camp, and Juno Temple. So yeah, before I begin though, 10-second spoiler warning as usual for those of you that actually watched this movie and haven't already. Stop the video, go check it out, and come back here and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those of you that actually watched the video, for those of you that actually watched the movie and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me. That never gave you a fair warning because, as usual, I did. So yeah, as usual, quick synopsis, like statistics, and then the rate. So yeah, basically this is the true story of Whitey Bulger, James Whitey Bulger. It's basically his rise and fall. His rise, his prime and fall from grace as one of the most notorious Boston gangsters. Yeah, South Boston gangsters from the 70s and 80s. He was an FBI informant, and he was just trying to take out a few mafia families who were also around the area. Obviously, he was murdering people or having people around him murder others. Like his cronies murder other people's. So, yeah. This is definitely the return of Johnny Depp. So yeah, I haven't really seen any of Johnny Depp's recent work. I know he had Mordecai earlier this year, and I heard that was complete crap. And even after trailers, that looked really bad. So there was that. He was in and some of his previous works. He was in Tusks, and I thought he did an okay job in that. Into the Woods, I thought he did a pretty funny job. He was pretty funny in that. Transcendence, that's a discussion for another topic, for another video. I remember when I first saw Transcendence, I really enjoyed it, and then after every viewing, I just disliked it more and more and more, up until the point that I just fucking hated Transcendence. But Johnny Depp in that role, I thought he did a decent job in Transcendence. Now the movie as a whole, that's another thing. Lone Ranger. I haven't seen that movie, but off the trailers, I thought that looked funny. I know that movie got torn apart, but I don't know, for some odd reason, if I'll ever watch The Lone Ranger, I feel like I'm gonna enjoy it in some kind of guilty pleasure way. Then he was also in he then then he also has all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Those are pretty okay. Rango, that's a pretty good movie. Tourist, that's an okay film, or a pretty good film. And then Alice in Wonderland, whatever. He's had a pretty interesting career. And as far as Johnny Depp goes, he kind of reminds me of Nicolas Cage, that because he just has so many movies. Some of them they're just critically acclaimed, up to the point of Oscar nominations. And then you have other movies that are known as some of the worst movies in history. Johnny Depp, he's really interesting to me as an actor. Really funny. I really do like him. Nicolas Cage and Johnny Depp, I feel like they're one of the few actors that, even if a movie's complete shit, for example, Transcendence, they will always make the film enjoyable just because they're there. I'll tolerate the film to some extent just because they're on screen. Okay. Yeah, that's really the only reason I could ever watch Transcendence ever again, because Johnny Depp's on it, or in it, barely, but whatever. So yeah, now back to Black Mass. So yeah, this is definitely the return of Johnny Depp. After a slew of mediocre to decent films, I think this is his best film thus far in a long time, since Rango or The Tourist. So yeah. And that was all the way back like 5-6 years ago, 2010, 5 years ago. So yeah, now that's not to take away from any of the other actors. Benedict Cumberbatch, he was pretty good in the role. He wasn't in it that much, but for the part that he had to fill out, which was the brother of Bulger, I thought he did a pretty good job. Joel Edgerton, he didn't look like Joel Edgerton in my opinion. He looked, and I think that's mostly due to the fact that I recently saw The Gift as well. But I didn't, and I'm not saying I didn't see Joel Edgerton in the role, that he kind of immersed himself in the role. That's not what I mean. I'm just saying that I don't know. I just didn't see like, it's not that he immersed himself in the role. It's not that he did a fantastic job in the role. He did a pretty good job. He did a pretty good job, but I don't know. I mean, I think it's just because I saw The Gift recently, and Joel Edgerton was in that too. He looked completely different. It's kind of like a mind fuck or mind swap or whatever. Dakota Johnson, she was in 50 Shades of Grey recently, so definitely a step up. Yeah, definitely a step up from 50 Shades of fucking shit. Yeah. Um, and let's hope that this is gonna be her a good movie in a really long time. This is gonna be her last good movie in a really long time, because for the next 2 or 3 years we're gonna have 50 Shades of, what is it, 50 Shades Dark and 50 Shades Darker or whatever. I don't fucking know the books. It's like three books: 50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades Darkest, or I don't fucking know. I just know I know one of the books is called, like, I think the one of them is called Dark or Dark or some bullshit like that. I don't even fucking know how I know that. I think it's because when the movie came out, they had in Barnes and Nobles or whatever and Borders, they had this 50 Shades of fucking shit section, like a whole small little section for 50 Shades of fucking utter shit. Um, yeah, that's one movie I'm not gonna be watching anytime soon. I don't really feel like it. Okay, you could say I'm talking out of my ass, but let's be honest. Am I really talking out of my ass in this case? Not really. So yeah, but overall, let's get back to the movie. Sorry for going off on so many fucking tangents. Overall, though, everybody here did a pretty good job in the role. No, Johnny Depp probably did the best job. Now, I wouldn't say he's Academy Award nomination worthy. I wouldn't go as far as to go that far. I mean, I could see him being nominated, but me personally, I wouldn't nominate him at all. I mean, I guess for the for the movies we've seen thus far, yes. But as we see more movies, such as The Walk, Stonewall, or whatever it's called, and some of the other actual Academy Award winning looking movies, I think this role he's in, Johnny Depp, will kind of fall into the wayside, and I don't really think it'll be. I'll be surprised if it's nominated. It'll be a good surprise, but a surprise nevertheless. The one major problem though with this movie is just the pacing. Like the first hour, because it's about 2 hours long. The first hour, it's pretty interesting. It grosses you in this world of mobsters and crime and drama. Him being an FBI informant, and like the first 3 or 4 times where he kills someone, like you're like, holy shit, this guy doesn't really take shit. But after like the second half hour just kind of becomes repetitive. It basically becomes repetitive. He tells the FBI something important. He tells his friend in the FBI something important. The friend tells the actual FBI the important thing. They capture whatever the criminals they were looking for, and then somewhere in the mix, Johnny Depp kills at least 2 or 3 more people, and it kind of becomes repetitive after a while. And I think that's where kind of the movie kind of started faltering. It just kind of became repetitive and boring, and I kind of just started zoning out at times, because it became so repetitive. I mean, the first half hour, it's shot pretty good. It is produced really well, really good writing, really good acting. But you kind of after the second half, during the second half hour, you kind of just see the same thing over and over again, and it's kind of repetitive, and you kind of want to see something new. And they do mix it up a bit with the fact that he did kill someone while he was an FBI informant, and so there's that. But whatever. They do show him being captured or arrested all the way back in 2011. That. I wonder if that was Johnny Depp as well. In the last scene, him being captured in 2011, that was an okay scene. Just the second half just kind of felt kind of repetitive, and that really brought down the movie. The writing is good, the acting was good. Both those things were good. And compared to most of the stars, recent work, again, Johnny Depp, Dakota Johnson, some of their recent work, even Corey Stoll, who was in Ant-Man recently. Like, you compare Ant-Man to Black Mass, I would say that his role here is a better than what he had in Ant-Man, because Ant-Man, and I know Ant-Man's a comic book film, but his character in Ant-Man just kind of felt a bit way too cartoony. And here he's taking a serious role, which logically you kind of have to do when you're doing a a biopic. So yeah, um, overall though, pretty good movie. Bit of a disappointment. I did expect a bit more from it, but overall, it's still a pretty good movie. Will be nominated for any Academy awards, because we are going up to that season, the Academy Award winning season, or Academy Award movie season. Could it be nominated for anything? Probably. I could see this being nominated for a few for something. Cinematography probably. Maybe supporting actor for Joel Edgerton. Maybe supporting actress for Dakota Johnson. Lead actor for Johnny Depp. Maybe. I could see this being nominated for a few things, but not really. Maybe set design or something like that. If anything, if I feel like this should be nominated for like cinematography or like set design or something like that, or costume design. I mean, I guess I could give an award to the a nomination to the actors in it, but like if it gets like best, if it's nominated for best director or best picture, that's where I kind of draw the line. I'm like, and I'd be like, no, that's not the best picture. Not even within the top 10. Um, okay, and so yeah. Overall, still pretty good film. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I'd give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. Pretty good film. A bit of a disappointment. I did expect a bit more from it. Just the second hour of the film just kind of felt kind of repetitive. And yeah, that's basically it for now. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. Comment down below on your thoughts on the movie. Have you seen it? And if not, why not? And if you have what are your thoughts on it, comment all that down below. Let me know. Like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.